I don't like it because I associate the repetitive use of words like that as a filler and someone that is dumb or like.
I definitely associate it with being stupid.
Yeah. So I'm like, I sound stupid.
All right, I can't hear myself, so do I sound okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ready, set, go.
Let's cheers.
Okay.
Cheers.
What is in your cup?
Water, mainly water, some lemon slices, and like a half a little thing of Hardy's orange juice.
Oh. Cheers.
Cheers.
Mine's cold brew and half and half.
Okay, girl.
And ice.
Yeah, we both got ice. We're doing good.
Good morning and welcome to Saturday Night Live. I'm just kidding.
Do I blend in with this? Like,
Yeah.
Because it's like camouflage.
Yeah.
I just can like lay on
I'm
here and
gonna-
like, boo.
That's exactly what it's like. Ah!
All right, I just need to look in your eyes for a moment before we get started. Can we do that?
Yeah, my winged eyeliner didn't go as well as it did yesterday.
You're beautiful.
But I'm sad because I wanted to display it the best and it's not. But it's okay.
That's okay. It's
What do you
beautiful.
think though?
It looks like, I think I saw it suits you. Like it looks like it belongs in your head.
I've got to figure out where to go because there's a sweet spot.
I like it.
Anyways.
You can play with the colors too. It'll be fun.
I need to find the right products though because I'm not a makeup person. And I get real weird about that stuff because my skin's real sensitive and I also don't like having a lot of products. So
Yeah.
I need to figure out what works.
We can ask Seester.
She would know.
Yeah, because we're going to call her.
Do we need to call her anyway right now?
Yeah, we got to call her anyways because we got to talk to her about something.
Yeah.
Something serious.
So once upon a time, her Christmas gift may be MIA. Right? Is that the situation? You explain the situation.
Yeah. If you haven't watched our shit show of a Christmas special, it really wasn't a shit show.
It wasn't.
No, low-key,
Programming?
high-key. What?
The programming of it was like most on point shit we've ever done.
Oh, no. I'm telling you, it's my favorite.
Like the technical performance. That's okay.
No, yeah. That was a learning curve. And we've got a lot to...
I'm not questioning myself.
We've got a lot to look into on how to do a live episode. It's a lot different than just recording. Person record and go. But
All right, this is her. I was just making sure.
But yeah, so on the Christmas special, we all gave each other gifts. We did like a Goodwill gift exchange, and part of her gift I gave her was a doll, a beautiful doll.
Ceramic.
It was
like a little Bo Peepish vibes.
Yes, bonnet, giant. Yeah. The bonnet was bigger than her head. The doll, that was just a
big bonnet.
Yeah, it was like pretty cornflower blue. I think that's what it's called. Cornflower. Yeah, whatever. And yeah, she's gorgeous, and I thought it would be well received. And in the moment, it was. So I don't know what.
But what made you think of it the other day when you asked her about it? Just because you haven't seen it, or you were just thinking about it, or what?
I don't know why I brought it up. I can't remember why exactly. But I want to know, did she feel those feelings in the moment and didn't voice them? Because it's like one of those like gonna be polite and not like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I need to know that.
Before we call her, do you want to, first of all, do you want to just go ahead and do that right now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And then secondly, I'm going to stay quiet. I mean, obviously she's going to know the situation, but are you going to like attack her?
No. I'm just going to, no, we'll ease in with your eyeliner and then I'll be like, oh, by the way.
But are you going to say anything to her about the genuineness of her receiving said gift?
Yeah, I might say, like, did you like it in the moment?
Was this all a lie?
Yeah, okay. We didn't finish for explaining the whole situation though.
Oh yeah.
So I did ask her about the doll later on after it was gifted to her, and she kind of was like,
probably made that exact sound.
And
said her husband is allegedly scared.
Yeah. Yeah, and the last I heard, she hadn't taken it out of her car. Like she was afraid to bring it in her house.
So you're just driving around with it?
Where? Where's the doll? I thought she could put it at
She
work.
doesn't seem like the type to just have random things in her car.
Yeah, no, it's got to be in her house. I don't know. But I told her, I said, listen, do not get rid of it. I want it if you don't keep it. So we're going to find out. Let's call her. Maury.
Oh, it's on speakerphone.
Yeah, that's good, right?
Isn't it?
I hear it. But it could be because it's in the mic.
Doesn't matter. If it's in the mic, then they can hear it too.
Bitch. She's making mac and cheese. She knew why we were calling. She sensed it.
Mama? Okay,
Well,
to be continued. You ain't getting away with this shit, Seester.
yeah, that we're not giving up. That was just, we'll call again at the end of the episode.
I'm gonna make a missing persons poster.
I know we've got a picture of that doll.
I know we do.
We'll insert it.
Yeah. Here.
Insert. No, let's do it at the same time. So it's like we frame it. Okay. It's like, yeah, we'll just do it. I'll crop it. Ready, set, go. Da!
I don't know what I was just looking. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Today on this episode, we're gonna talk about some stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hi, kitten.
Let's talk about my leg hair.
Okay.
Yeah. We do need to talk about this because we need to get some feedback.
I have a
So
booger on my face right now. If it's not that, you would notice.
Yeah, I didn't see
it
that.
felt huge.
just a huge booger on your head. Just a booger head.
There's a kitten.
Huge. Yeah, leg hair. We need some feedback. I feel like maybe somebody could help us decide what we do with my leg hair.
Okay, so I have a lot of ideas about what to do with it, which obviously I'm open to suggestions, but
Well, presently it's on my body. It's on my legs. But we're going to remove it.
Yeah, so the extraction is where my concern lies.
Okay.
Because, and I've been thinking about it, because that can look several ways. We can just go straight shave it, but we'll just have to have like a paper towel or something to retrieve it all and let it dry and then slough it off. Like, what does that look like?
I have the materials now. I've thought that far ahead.
Okay.
Do you want me to get them?
No, we can just talk about it.
Okay.
Because I want to like film that whole thing.
Okay. I've got Joey's electric razor. I have a towel, and I have a plastic paper plate from Nugget's birthday party plate to like have it fall on the plate, and the towel's just there for extra.
Do you have a specific timeline of when we can do this? Like, do you have a deadline of extraction?
Oh, well, yeah, maybe.
You have an event coming up?
Let me think about it. Maybe before I go to the beach.
Which is when?
May.
Oh. So I was going to say we could do this like next weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's exciting.
Yeah. But we don't know what exactly. And then, so I have, and then the receptacle I have like a little tiny mason jar for to store it.
Yeah.
But do we need to just, so we have bath soup that's in a jar. Do we just keep leg hair in a jar?
And then over time keep stuff like that?
Yeah.
Let's remove it and see how much we have first.
Okay, that's a good point.
And then we'll let that drive what we do next.
Yeah.
Because I have some ideas. I keep sticking to the idea of like, you know, when you're crafting with glitter and you put the glue down and then you dump the glitter on it and then you
shake it.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
That's kind of, I want that experience, but I don't know if there's going to be enough hair to do that.
Well, we could shave it and I could grow some back real quick.
But I like the idea of doing a portrait of you
with,
and then put the hair back on you with your actual hair. And that can be like a whole body moment.
Yeah.
We can turn you into a bearded lady.
I like the idea of just being made out of hair.
You hold like a Yeti.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done. I see it.
You do?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's in the process. Stay tuned. Yeah, look forward to that. I really, the leg hair saga has been ongoing since I can't remember, but we've talked about it even on here, that I can grow really amazing leg hair. Like, no joke.
It's dense. Like I saw it was on Instagram or something. It had to have been that because it was like an old advertisement of these tights that look like men's leg hair tights is what it was like sold as.
Yeah.
For, I want to say it was Chinese women to like deter men. And everything about it, I hated it. But it looked exactly like your leg hair.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Like the denseness of yours is incredible.
Yeah.
Because I didn't, like all winter, I didn't shave mine. And I wanted to, I meant to save my leg. It sounds weird. Bring my leg to you in person. Show you. Because the difference is insane.
Yeah. No, it is. Like, I've sent you pictures. You're like, that is a man. Like, if you didn't tell me, I knew that was your hair. Like, that, I would
looks
say
like
that
a
man's leg. It's incredible.
So I don't know what protein or hormone or whatever makes that type of hair, and the like, even the like you have a shit ton of follicles.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I feel like it means I think I had some ancestors that lived in the cold. Like, they needed body hair.
Yes. 100%. But you're not you don't seem like a hairy person. Like when I think of you, I don't think of a hairy person.
Yeah.
You don't have like a mustache. Like I've literally have to shave my mustache.
I do. I use like a little straight razor thingy on my.
But you don't have like the hint of one. Maybe it's just because you're young still.
Maybe.
Once you get old like me.
I got some wild hairs off over here.
I just feel like my head is hairier than yours, but maybe it's just not.
I think you do have a hairier head, maybe.
My head is very hairy. Everywhere else,
no.
My head is super hairy. I do have like my pubic hair, like it's what's the word I want to use? It's dense, and like the surface area, it's not quite like yours.
No, my spread
yours
is
will
out.
go down your damn leg.
It connects. My toe hair and my pubic hair connect,
and it's thick and dark. Like it's very like aggressive hair.
Yeah,
and my armpit hair is that way too. But the space that my armpit hair grows is small, so it's like
little.
Like it's like I want to think that's a look, but it just looks.
Oh yeah,
silly.
No,
I'm gonna grow it out and see what it looks like. But also, I'm so smelly when I have armpit hair because it's just like the bacteria is just hanging out in there. Like I'm a sweaty bitch. I think that's in your mind. No, it's not. 1,000% is not in my mind.
I think we should do a science experiment.
Okay, I don't know how we're gonna do it, but I'm down.
Yeah, because I don't know how would you have anyone be objective enough in that situation. You'd have to blind test. Like, you would have to.
We'd have to hire people.
Bitch, I got it. Okay, we shave one, we don't shave the other. I know there could be differences between the pits, but we'll consider that too. We'll do it twice. You'll do some jumping jacks. and then we'll have a blind smell test to see if there's.
Smell it?
It can't be a woman because women have a better sense of smell.
What about instead of jumping jacks?
Maybe both.
It's a day,
we'll
do
a
day
like
of work.
A what?
A day of work. Like, let
Just
me work a
post-work?
day. Post-work armpit. I'll just stop by here and let Joey do it.
Okay. All right.
Like, Joey, you have to smell my armpit. Do we need to do it like for several days in a row?
You might need more than one. Yeah. I feel like to be a legit study, you need more than one experiment.
So here's what I think I should do. And tell me if this makes sense. Like, should I grow both out and then shave one and then shave both?
Do one like you normally would and just let the other one go.
Okay. My right side is just more active than my left in every way. Hair, smell, sweat, everything.
Okay, so how would we account for that?
I don't know. This is going beyond my abilities right now.
Well,
We need a scientist.
Well, maybe you're.
Remember when this started? But I was like, we are so smart. We literally started this conversation just a minute ago. I'm like, Madison, I've been thinking about it. And we're so fucking smart.
We are, girl.
I mean, yeah, I'm not negating that. But remember how you said, I don't feel that way right now? And I was like, I don't feel that way most of the time. Like, insert this conversation.
What part? Seriously, what part is not smart?
I'm not saying it's not smart. I'm saying I don't feel smart right now.
Okay. Are there certain things happening in the conversation to make you feel that way?
Yes.
What?
All of it.
Okay. Well, if the part about asking for a scientist is part of that, is it?
What?
Part of you feeling dumb?
No.
Okay, good.
I feel like that's the smartest thing of all of that.
I think so too. I think so too.
Learning where you need help and asking for it is the smartest part.
And that, because you said it right after saying that. So I was like, is that what led to that conclusion? Okay, well, then we're on the same page.
Genius.
Yeah, smart. See, we're smart.
And we're back. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so yeah, I look forward to the leg hair, and we'll keep you posted on my armpit. I don't know.
What if the smelly arm? What if that smelly armpit?
Oh, God.
Oh shit. Pause.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
You're on the pod.
Am I? Hey.
Hey.
Can you hear Madison okay?
Angels. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, boohead. I got two things to bring to you we want to ask you about.
Okay.
Okay, first thing. Nicole has started getting into eyeliner.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to incorporate a winged moment into my life. But I need advice on what kind of product to use, because I don't do like eyeshadow or foundation. Like, the only thing that's going to be on my skin is lotion, and then that. And I have one eyeliner pencil that I found in the bottom of a bag that's like real pointy and thin and liquidy, and I like it, but it's not a brand that you can like get at a store. Some random like came as a special gift in some dumb shit years ago. So what do you suggest?
Well, I'm bougie, and I usually go to like Ulta for my makeup.
That's fine. You can be bougie.
Yeah. I like to use, what is it called? Is it Benefit?
Yeah.
Or Too Faced. They've got really good products.
Okay.
Do you know specifically?
No, because I don't wear eyeliner.
Okay.
But I'm sure they have like something like you're describing.
Okay.
Kind of sharp, but just kind of liquidy.
Yeah, I need sharp, soft, liquidy, but not smeary.
Yeah. I think that they would have something like that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you putting it at on your eye? Like on the bottom?
No, on the top.
Or like
on the top, just on the end, like on the opposite side of your tear duct.
She's doing like a wing.
Yeah, so it's like,
okay.
Yeah.
Cute.
But only there.
Yeah. I feel like that makes your eyes like wider.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know, like does something makes my eyelashes look I don't know. It seems complimentary.
Yeah.
I'm trying to embrace it.
It suits her.
Yeah.
It's not it's not like a severe Amy Winehouse looking moment, but
yeah.
I won't say it's not in the same vein.
Send me a picture.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, we'll take a picture.
Yeah.
I have some pictures in my phone.
I've just never done eyeliner because I'm not good at it.
Well, me neither necessarily, but I'm like, I can draw and write well, so surely to God I can
do an eyeliner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have faith in you.
Thank you. I'll keep you posted on my journey.
Okay.
All right. There's one other matter that your sister needs to discuss with you.
Morgan.
Okay.
Morgan.
Yes.
Where'd that doll go?
What doll?
The doll I got you for Christmas.
Oh, it's outside.
Okay. I was just making sure you didn't throw it away.
No,
Will
she
you-
sits on our table outside.
Can you-
beside the back door?
Will you take a picture of it and send it to us so we can drop it in this episode?
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
will.
Do
Does
you
she-
love her?
She's happy there. She greets people.
Madison said, do you love her?
I do.
Are you
She's
growing
kinda-
to love her more now, or?
I mean, I don't know. She's scary, but I don't know.
You're allowed to feel how you feel, but
Yeah, we just wanted to know.
I want to ask too. When I gave her to you for Christmas,
Uh-huh.
when you opened and saw her, were you scared?
Were you scared?
Were you scared?
Were you scared then when you saw her immediately?
No.
What caused the fear to happen, to blossom?
I don't know. I probably just was sorry Nola's barking.
That's fine. Hey, Nola.
Hello.
Hey, girl.
She said, hey.
I heard her.
No, I just kept looking at her, and I'm like, she looks old, and her face is a little scary. The more I looked at her, the more I got scared.
Oh. Okay. Oh, man. Have you given her a name?
No.
Give her a name.
Yeah, she needs a name.
Yeah. Name her.
Okay. Maybe like Dolly.
Oh, I like
Done.
it.
I like it. Love it.
Dolly.
Okay. Well, I'll.
William's laughing.
Does he love Dolly?
Yeah.
What? What'd he say?
William stares at blue bonnet girl all the time.
Oh,
Does he think she's scary?
or hot?
Not.
He said no.
Seester's getting cucked by the bonnet lady. Don't do it. All right. Well, we just have to make an official agreement on the air right now that if you decide not to have her at your home anymore, we need her back.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Deal.
Okay. Cool. I love you.
We love you.
I love y'all.
Bye.
I'll
Love
see you
y'all
later.
both so dearly.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Mwah, mwah.
Bye.
Bye, Barbara.
Bye, Barbara.
That was cute.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, great. She ain't dead.
That's right.
I imagine her like
Mhm.
they, I don't know, just got a whim and they're like, we can't do it, and like drive her over 385 bridge and throw her off.
No, I think that's good. And she's got a job. I think that's good for her.
And she might have just fucked herself up by naming her Dolly. Because what you gonna do? Disrespect Dolly?
Yeah, hell no. Dolly's there for life.
She just charged that thing by giving it that name.
Yeah, she did. There you go. Done, son.
Okay.
Well, learned some things. That was good.
Yeah.
Productive.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye. This is this episode of Precious Angels. Anyway.
I feel like both of us, we'd always do our pre-pod talk, and we had a little bit of a struggle figuring out what exactly we wanted to talk about on the podcast, because everything feels connected and nothing feels real and everything feels real. So it's like, for me, I don't know.
No,
For me?
for me, I have the same feeling, and it's like I feel like you and I have been, we always are, but very much tapped into the same kind of wavelength lately,
Mhm.
in that like existential something.
Yeah.
But I think that was where we were struggling, is it seemed like such a big topic. It was like, how the
Yeah.
fuck do we even talk about this? Because it's everything and nothing and all of it. And
Yeah. Just whatever that is,
Yeah.
just it's becoming more and more apparent.
yes, that's
and,
exactly the word I was
and
gonna use.
just we're getting bombarded. I feel like I can't escape it, but at the same time I'm seeking it out in a
Yes.
weird way as a
Yes.
way to learn, a
So
learning
it's very
tool.
Ouroboros-y in a weird way.
Yeah. We're on to you.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting too, because every time we, like, even throughout the day, we'll hit each other up with different things that are going on either in our lives or that we're consuming or thinking about or whatever. And it's so crazy how different the like actual topic might be, but like the
root, it goes back to the same thing. Yeah. And I will say a lot of it can kind of, there is a hesitancy. I think you spoke on this too. Some of it seems conspiratorial in nature. And I feel like I know I do a little bit, that anytime somebody starts doing that, it's like I don't know. I kind of love conspiracy talk.
I mean, me too. But my issue with it is, and especially in now times, is that like if anyone gets a whiff of conspiracy, it's like it's dismissed. And I feel like, here we go, that's by design. And like while a lot of conspiracy theorists get touted as being crazy, but then it's like, you know, if you close your eyes and think of a conspiracy theorist, there's definitely a certain thing that comes to your head because it's like a stereotype of that shit of like some crazy person in a basement that, you know, like with the fucking bulletin board and like drawing all these connections to everything. And we do that, but they're in here.
Yes. Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to look for things that are connected because everything literally is.
Yes.
Literally, figuratively, cosmically, all of it.
Yeah. And we're smart.
And we're so smart. Like, so smart.
Yeah.
And you're not going to pull one over on these two.
We've got your number.
But no, I hear what you're saying. It's like, it kind of goes in line with the same sentiment that I was telling you, like, on the way over here, I was thinking, like, there's certain things that I want to talk about, but then I worry about, because we're putting this shit on YouTube or on the internet, or, like, people that we know are going to see it, or strangers, or who the fuck ever, which none of that matter. None of it matters.
Speaking of, my dental hygienist, like, I showed her a little clip of our podcast, and she loved it. And it started because of the earrings you got me. The butt and boob earrings.
Oh, cute.
She loved them. And she was like, I love that sense of humor. That's my humor. And I was like, well, you love our podcast.
That's
and she was
cute.
like, what? And I sent her, she gave me her number and I gave her a link to one of our things. So people get us. People
awesome.
fuck with us. So if you don't like conspiracy shit and bye. Like, not bye rudely, but like, don't listen.
Well, so several things just happened in my brain when you said that. Local shout out to Great Grandma's Ghosts, the little homies that do the weirdo market, because that's where those came from. You need to meet those chicks. Are cool. You'd love them.
Okay, good. I thought they were like, you picked them up at a local market or something.
Yeah, I got those the day whenever I did that market by myself a while back. But yeah, shout out to them. There's 2 Abbies and somebody else.
Yeah,
but they're cool as hell. We need to connect to those people. Anyway, shout out, ladies. I don't know if you're listening or not or whatever, but anyway. But yeah, that was like, and I'm just going to give a real specific example. I'm not trying to get into it, but like so I look at our analytics on that thing just to look at the numbers with YouTube. I don't care about it at all. Like, I really don't. But there is a curiosity that I have just to see whatever. And I've noticed that there are specific, like, what you title it as matters a lot, because I think that's the first thing where people are clicking or something. And I noticed that one where we put Jake Paul's name in the title has some of the lowest views and engagement, which is interesting to me for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
But on the way over here, I was thinking about the whole, and I'm not going to get into it, but the whole Alabama.
But you think it'd be the opposite, you know that, right?
Yes. But the whole Alabama Barker fucking bad baby feud or whatever. I don't care how stupid it seems. I don't care if anyone thinks that I'm dumb and distracted or whatever. I find an amount of enjoyment in that. And Mama's brain is very active and oftentimes dark. So I need fodder sometimes. Like, I'm not looking at that and like losing sleep over it or like doing anything other than just literally laughing at it and maybe turning a song up and fucking pretending like I know how to twerk in my house while I'm cleaning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like, fuck yeah. You know, just like a moment. That's it. But it's like, I was like, I kind of want to talk about that. And I'm like, well, that's dumb. Like, people are going to think I'm dumb if I give a shit about that. And that thought made me so frustrated.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
It's not like there's any one human being that exists right now that has an absolutely pristine brain, which everything that goes through it is just immaculate.
Right.
And if that is happening, then I don't know what world you're in.
No. Because that's what pristine is subjective even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all of that said, I don't care if we seem conspiratorial or not.
Good. Okay. So we're okay. Period.
And the freaking overlords are conspiring against us. So why can't we conspire to figure out what they're doing?
Right. And I mentioned a quote someone said in a podcast I was listening to recently that was, if you are not supposed to question something, if you are immediately supposed to just like go along with the majority, then that whatever that thing is that you can't question is probably a psyop.
Yeah.
Like immediately you're not supposed to, you're supposed to feel like you can't talk about it.
Yeah.
So you won't.
But it's okay. So listen to what you just said and think about the activity that I did in my brain. It's like that on purpose.
Yeah. You're doing it to yourself.
To self-censor.
Yeah. 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 Mind
because,
control.
But think about it.
Yeah.
And it's because in that specific setting for me, because I was instantly like, this is such a gross feeling. So I was like, let's shadow work on this shit real quick. Because I was instantly like, if you remove the whole, because, you know, we use YouTube is social media. Like, I like to pretend like it's not. Because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, no, it's just like, you know, a library. It isn't. It is absolutely fed and infiltrated by the algorithm, just like everything else. It is monetarily based or whatever. It may be a little more free right now, arguably-ish, but not really.
No, not really.
But YouTube and Instagram are our formats for sharing this because where else are we going to put it? But it was like in knowing that, like, because I knew it has to go through those channels, then I was automatically self-censoring. So it's like they've got me.
You're controlling.
I'm like, oh, my audience isn't gonna like this because it's problematic, and I'm like, whoa, whoa.
Press the brakes there, buddy.
Because I was even telling I was asking my neighbor the other day about a clothing brand that's being fed to me on Instagram because I've been recently seeing it. And I asked him about, I was like, do you know anything about this? Because he's like really well versed on that kind of stuff. And he's like, the perfect type of neurodivergent where it's like he looks at it and 30 seconds later he's like, well, based on this, they use the Gildy in this type blah 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 blend t-shirt, so they're like not spending a lot of money in their manufacturing, and there's like mass market blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, this is exactly why I asked you about this. But this particular brand was like leftist messaging through the guise of like artful, like sustainable clothing, whatever. But he's like, you're totally like, Instagram's decided that you're a leftist and now they're just feeding you that shit. And once he said that, I was like looking at my advertisements with that lens and I was like, oh my God. It's weird how political that shit's gotten just recently because of whatever old Zucky boy did or has been doing, or all of it or whatever.
Yeah. I did watch The Social Network recently. I think I told you that though, but I can say it on here.
I can say it on here.
I can say it on here.
I'm allowed to talk.
And that's kind of got me going on again, because everything connects, but it was just another string attached to that movie is amazing. Like, it's an amazing piece of work. Like, it's the score. I think it's like Trent Reznor. He did the one for Challenges or whatever. And I think it was directed by what's his name? Danny Boyle? No.
Keep talking about it.
David Fincher.
Yeah.
And it's great. But it definitely is propaganda. Like it's you're supposed to watch that movie and take away that, yeah, Mark Zuckerberg is this asshole, but he's this like savant, genius, weirdo that like made up this whole thing that controls our lives from morning while we're asleep, all of it, just in his dorm room while he was drinking some beers with some friends. And
we're just like,
yeah,
he's so smart. My son's gonna grow up and do that too.
And it's fucked up because it's weird because we grew, like when the internet was coming up, while we were growing up, the whole idea of like the tech guy, the Silicon Valley guy is like this nerd who has these good intentions because they're just trying to innovate, and pure innovation is good. Like that's something that you can get behind and trust. And so they manipulated that whole belief we have, societal belief that we have in Mark, I would even argue in Elon Musk, that they're like these just geniuses that we just don't get it, but they're like, but it's okay because they're pure at heart. And so like, and then they create these situations to make them be that. But really, all they are, they're backed. They're just
a puppet.
They're a puppet.
But then there's like all this other content, like that show Silicon Valley. There was another one called the IT something. Yeah,
if you notice, a lot of like all the networks were coming out with nerdy, like lovable characters.
Vince Vaughn movie, The Internship or whatever the fuck it's called.
What was the one with that one guy that was on Big Brain, Big Explosive?
Big Bang?
Big Bang.
Yeah.
Big Bang, yeah. Did you already say that?
No.
Okay.
We're really smart.
But if you look into it, and I don't know, but he was at Harvard, and we already know Harvard is shady as fuck. Some weird ass shit comes out of Harvard.
Go watch Gilmore Girls, motherfuckers. That's all I
That's
say.
all you gotta know, bitch. That's all you gotta fucking know. Gilmore Girls. They made Rory drop out of Harvard. They were so mean to her. She was like,
I mean,
I'm out of there.
The secret societies are rampant even in that.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird. Yeah, and at the same time that I think it was like literally the same day, like they're brazen about it. They don't give a fuck. Like it was 2004. I think I want to say June of 2004 that he did some kind of went live or did something with the website. But like the day before or right around that same time, DARPA was doing a research thing about creating an app that was wearable called LifeLog. And they ceased, when Facebook happened, they ceased everything to have to do with that project. And do you know who one of the first investors in Facebook was? And it's in the movie. Peter Thiel. Yeah. But I don't know. And the thing about the algorithms, and we've been getting into like, well, what are the algorithms doing? They're bringing forth, they're designed to elicit strong emotions from the consumer, because the strong emotions keep you looking at the screen. So that to me is fucking weird.
Well, they need they need a chemical response to be happening in the brain so that you can have a physical action, because we are still monkeys, essentially. They need us to physically behave still. So they have to do something that triggers something in our brain for us to do a physical action, because until our thoughts are completely mined to where they can just harness some sort of whatever from us, like not doing anything. Like eventually the goal would for us to just be able to lay there and they can get what they want out of us.
Oh, dude, like what's it called? The Matrix.
Yeah. But right now they still need us to like drive around and click buttons and go places and do shit like that.
But stay still.
But I mean, like,
Stay still.
girl, here I go being conspiratorial. Like, I don't know how much Tim Dillon you listen to anymore, and he's become a real hot take person. But I shit you not, if you listen to the things that dude says, like, it happens.
He can. Okay, I get with him 99% of the time. But
he's like,
yeah, but he's like he's in with Joe Rogan and all that shit.
Yes.
And that bothers me a little bit. There's a little bit of the bias there.
It does me too, and that's a whole other thing we can talk about another time, because it makes me, I'm bothered by people like you. It being a problem to be adjacent to someone, because okay, so you're a comedian and a podcaster, so you can never, like, you have to pivot around certain entities so that you're not lumped in as something nefarious.
Yeah. Well, that's been happening in the UFO stuff, because
it happens everywhere.
Yeah, but it's in it's an effect of, or it's exacerbated by the idea of a podcast, because just because someone comes on your podcast doesn't mean that you align with them.
Right. But in
any way.
That type of thinking works both ways. So think of it like this. It's like, okay, so if you create narrative around, let's use Joe Rogan as an example. If there's this whole narrative around him that it started as like, just push him off. He's a fucking meathead. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's not, like, he brings all these people in here and is like spreading misinformation. So it's like misinformation, meathead. Like, what else rises to the top about him?
He's the whole COVID anti-vaccine stuff.
Okay. So then those narratives about him are the loudest. So then that becomes the truth, which there's 10 million other things about that man. I'm not like, I think ever since he did the thing where he jumped off YouTube and went on to Spotify, there's some weird, I'm not going to sit here and say the man's not bought and sold, because it does seem that way. I don't fucking know him. I'm not. And and I'm not trying to be like one of those people, but like we were listening to his shit like way back in the day. Way before.
When he was at the Comedy Store, when it was like back room, like sitting there with fucking, what's his head?
Red Band.
Yeah. And it was about like DMT and shit.
Yeah. And it was like him and his boys just being silly and doing drugs and shit. So they were doing this, essentially.
Yeah. Well, we're not doing DMT.
No.
Right now.
Right now. But my point is that, so now there's this whole narrative around him that he's this thing. So that not only discredits him, but discredits anybody that's connected to him. So now it's like anybody that has anything to say, it's like you're discredited from jump. But it also, it's like it even discredits like the proposed nefariousness of it all. Like, it's crazy to me. All of that aside, my whole point in saying that is that Tim Dillon's been talking about how he was like, mark my word, you're gonna see a bunch of like plane crashes and shit. And I know that happens sometimes, but I swear it's like now these plane crashes, it's like being put into the purview of people of like, now people are afraid to travel and nobody wants to fly.
That's literally happening to me.
I know. Same.
Because that trip we were planning on doing.
Big same. And I it's happening to me specifically because I don't fucking go. I can't tell you the last time I've been on a plane, but it's been bothering me about the idea of going to see my dad, because it's like, I don't want to fucking die to go do some shit that I'm already like feel really weird about doing. I don't want to do that. Like, you come to me.
Yeah.
I might get on a train, maybe, but probably not. So like,
I might take a horse and buggy.
Yeah, but like that's what, like, traveling is weird. I don't like driving on the highway. Like, I have weird shit about traveling anyway.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm against traveling or don't want to. It's not that at all. I just got some anxieties around it. So it's affecting me personally as well.
Yeah.
But then that just leads more. So, okay, so stay put. Don't go anywhere. Just lay down and be a blob and let me mine your fucking soul out until you die.
Yeah. Like, Seester is literally trying to walk back on our trip plans this year.
Because she's afraid of flying?
Yeah. And we're trying to go to Europe. And so I guess that's freaking her out. I really hope she doesn't. Please, I want to go.
If she doesn't go, then no one's going.
Well, that's I asked the question. I said, Dee Dee, you cool to just go with me? So she didn't give me an answer. So we'll see.
Can you imagine just you and Dee Dee going across the world?
I kind of would love it.
It would be fun as like a...
It'd be bonding as fuck.
Yeah. Y'all be doing some crying, girl.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna cry. Get some tissues.
Get some pocket tissues. Will you please give me some?
Yeah.
So the same with the whole string connecting thing with that Facebook. Another thing that's been doing that is the SNL shit.
Yes.
With the 50th anniversary thing. I watched it like I recently, but even before the 50th anniversary, I watched that movie that recently came out that was like kind of like
What's it called?
A biopic thing that was Saturday night, something like that. They don't film on, is it Friday? No, Saturday night. We're so smart.
We're so smart.
We're so smart. What's that sound?
Which one?
Oh, I think it's just because of
air conditioning.
Oh, it's just louder because I've got the headphones on.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely it's heat. Is that heater working for you?
Yes, it is now.
Okay, good. Even that though, that's just like the Social Network movie. Like it's like these bumbling comics that are like, oh, we're just cool and young and like, we've got like this really cool, edgy new comedy. We're anti, what's his name, Johnny Carson, and we're just like, we're the new kids on the block.
Listen to us. We're just like you. Like literally that. Even the way they choose them now, like they,
yeah,
like we need to make sure that all of these various demographics are into this. Mm-hmm. But like,
do you think
I can't even talk about it without?
Do you think Shane Gillis by going? Do you think that is like he's agreeing to be a part of the thing by going on there as a guest? Because to me, after that kind of public humiliation that they put him through and like how that shit blew up about him getting fired for all that shit, you know, like day one into being hired, do you even like, I would be like, fuck you. Like I would not go on that program.
No, but something's weird with him. He's contractually obligated somewhere. He's one that like I'm very confused by.
Yeah. Do you think that he could even be like?
I think Bud Light owns him.
Okay. All right, I see that.
I think he might have accidentally sold his soul.
Yeah, like a real like.
He didn't mean to.
No,
he
didn't
really
mean
didn't mean to. He was just like having some beers with Post Malone and accidentally signed a piece of paper. I was like, fuck.
And some papers you can't unsign. Right? Look at this. This is so
That's a precious
cute.
angel.
This is the most precious of angels. Her name is Esther.
She came out of Linda's vagina.
She is a Linda.
I saw it happen.
Yeah. She is a Linda baby, and she is my heart and my soul. She sleeps on top of me almost every night. And my father is terrified of her.
Yeah, and she used to torture me when she was a little baby. She was born in this home.
Yes, she's always lived here.
I was your doula.
She's beautiful.
Oh my God, I should totally just quit my pasta career and become a cat doula.
Yes, bitch.
That's so funny.
Just put it on the side. That could be a side hustle.
It's just funny to even...
Put it on a business card. Yes. Esther. Hi.
I wish she could be mic'd. Anyways.
But, so I've just been kind of going down the SNL rabbit hole of like how much it is a psyop, and it is like, and I hate to like label, like put things in like a jar that says psyop and just like, you know,
seems like a fun jar,
but whatever.
But I mean, if you think about,
because like, it is, and but it's how long the longevity of it is incredible.
That's what I was gonna say. If nothing else, the reach alone, just because of how long it's been going on, and think about that. How many different hands have had to be in that? So how many different people are having to agree to certain, I'll call them standards, just to be nice. Mm-hmm. And how many people have probably gotten pushed out of that, quieted, careers killed, whatever, for them to continuously maintain that whole thing. Because if I refuse to sit here, like there is 1,000% political slants on that show, and it moves based on what's going on, who is holding the power at that time. Like it's weird.
What products need to be sold?
Yes, and I was gonna say it's not just political.
No, yeah.
And they push music and shit like that, like their music choices. A lot of times, if you look at the music guest with the celebrity, like the host guest, like sometimes that shit's weirdly calculated. It's odd.
Yeah, I feel when I was watching the whole, I mean, I watched
It's live.
and it's live. And I
live.
Yeah, and I watched the they did like a concert, like a music concert that was like big performances they had throughout the years, and the amount of people in the audience of like who was attending and who was connected to SNL is astonishing.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
You know what I want to see is the SNL NDA file. How many signatures they got? How many papers?
Bitch, you know what happens when you see that? You have to pluck out your own eyeballs.
You get severed.
You get new ones, but they take your old
someone
ones.
else's.
You get new eyeballs when you look at that. I don't know about that. I'm gonna keep my balls.
Same.
But I think it's an ever growing list and strings that we'll just continuously be adding things to as we go. But
we're like
I
a
take
little kitty with a ball of yarn.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, and I got into this with Joey a little bit, like why? Like why is that enjoyable to me? Why is it enjoyable to be like, I figured it out?
Yeah.
And I think it has to do partially with like, I don't know how to explain it really.
Survival. That's what it is.
You think so?
Yes.
You think we have to figure it out?
No. The desire to be like the smartest one, or like knowing that something's not survival, because it's like you don't want something holding over your head.
I don't know. I think it goes it's doing the part that seems to be the goal, where the goal is for me with all of that is like somehow it turns into inner work.
For you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's different for each time, but I don't even know if I could speak on it really right now. But that's the word. Damn. Sorry. But that's where I'm at with all of that. Like I'm trying to figure out how it could lead to inner work.
Well, I can tell you. Let me tell you, because you know what? I'm really fucking smart.
You're smart.
No, I'm just hearing you say that. It's like looking at the interconnectedness of everything makes you realize the potential for interconnectedness within yourself, and then how you're connected to the greater thing.
Yeah.
Because it's just like micro and macrocosms of themselves.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That's it.
Smart.
So smart. I really, yeah, I really enjoy it. And
I do too.
It's what I'm trying and actively doing is that's what I'm using the screens for. Like
Yes.
if it's less and less, is it just mindlessly doing something on the screen?
I do have to catch myself, because there are times whenever I'm doing those things and I'll find myself like either consuming something that's really powerful or potent, like in a good way. Like I might be listening to something or reading something, and all of a sudden I'm like distracted and like adding something to a cart. I'm like, hold up. Who this? Slow down, bitch. What you doing? You need that?
Right.
And then I have to like take it. Once I get to that place where there's like a piece of me that's on autopilot, you have to be really careful with that. Because I think the multitasking that this technology allows is really problematic at times.
Yeah. For people, for the to be the generation that grew up like not with this, and then for it to be like evolved like while like in our teenage years and shit, and like our young adult age, and
That's
then
us, right?
Yeah.
I was like, who are you talking about? That's us.
That's us. I'm proud of us, honestly, because
Girl, same.
it's been a fucking journey and a half.
Yeah.
It's been a wild ass ride.
Yeah. Yeah, because from me, like we were getting the AOL CDs with like free internet. It was like 120 minutes or whatever. It was like 2 hours of internet time on a disc for free when I was like 12.
Yeah. What was the Encarta or something?
It was like all AOL.
Encyclopedia. What was the encyclopedia thing? The Magna Carta? No. I think it was Encarta.
Yeah.
We had that.
But like when I was a little kid, we had actual encyclopedias and like dictionaries and shit in our house. We had a set.
We had the set. That was fancy. You had to have that set in the bookshelf.
We had
That's
Reader's Digest, National Geographic, like a fuck ton of those.
Them fucking titties, hanging titties.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about the encyclopedias is the anatomy parts where they had the clear pages with like the guts and bones and shit. That was over. But do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I seen that like in science class or something.
They had those. I remember having those as a little kid and being like,
I could see that.
and I would like lay my Barbie doll underneath it and be like, "Where are your guts?"
I could see little Nicole doing that. Oh, damn Barbies. God. Another psyop.
Poor girls.
It's all a psyop.
Speaking of psyops and Barbies, can we just like say a quick prayer for Millie Bobby Brown? Because what in the fucking hell did they do to that woman?
Ooh, girl. They gave her a damn lobotomy.
Oh, it's so sad.
They were like, this one's too something.
I don't even know.
We gotta take out part of her
I feel like
brain.
maybe what happened is that they thought she was actually 11.
Yes. She probably fucking was, bitch.
Oh my God. Get the string. Get the string and some tacks. We just figured it out.
Have you heard of the Montauk Project?
Bitch. Bye.
In the Rainbow Room?
Anyways.
Poor 11.
Bitch just wanted a waffle and y'all lobotomized her because you were scared of her.
Having a need, a
And
desire.
now, what did y'all do? What is that person that I showed you earlier?
Not her. Not her. I don't know. Not human.
What in the early 2000s brat doll did y'all do to 11?
She's like, my name's Chloe.
You know, speaking of psyop-driven propaganda content, whatever, I'm really curious to see. Did you ever watch Euphoria?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm so curious to see what the hell they're doing with the new season. Because,
girl. I don't see how they don't do it like a time jump.
Something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They can't be doing no high school titties no more like that. That's fucked up.
Anyways.
Do you think Miley killed Sinead O'Connor?
I mean, if I'm being 100% honest with you.
Sinead or Sinead? Sinead. Sinead?
What is the proper
spelling?
No, I know how to spell it, but what's the...
Because we're smart.
Cultural pronunciation.
Sinead, I think.
Pronunciation. Let's make it. Sinead.
Oh, with a D. Sinead.
Look at it.
Yeah.
It says...
Yes.
Sinead.
Sinead.
But, anyways, I hadn't considered it until today. And so I need to process the information.
Maybe a PowerPoint? Do we need some evidence laid out?
Yeah.
Like, I think we need some, there's a letter.
You just gave me an idea that I'm going to jot down. We can discuss
Okay.
after pod.
Okay. There's a letter. There's some tweets. There's some video, I think. There's something there.
Okay. Yeah, there's something. Even if she didn't do it by her own hands.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't really strike me as a killer.
Nah.
Something.
All right. Well, hell bells. I really enjoyed doing the Reddit thing we did last time.
Yeah. Do you want to end with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything else on this list that you want to talk about? This? Is that too much?
Oh, yeah. Let's get into that, and then we'll do that. We'll end with the Reddit. Does something sweet. Okay.
Is the Reddit
I don't
thing
even know.
sweet?
I don't know. I think I'm going to regret that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of the end of life.
Yeah. Speaking of death. Speaking of non-existence, I have, because of just life in general, I've been thinking about what's going on.
What's going on?
What are we doing here? I'm in a position where my loved ones are in, I would say, not yet, not even close, not even that.
Yeah,
it's
careful what you're saying. You're thinking about the future.
Yes, yeah, I'm thinking about the future, and
what it could possibly
you
look
do
like.
That a lot when you have a kid.
Yes.
You do that a lot. You kind of have to a little bit. Just mainly just big things like, where is she going to go to school? Like, what does her community look like? Who is her, who does she have?
People?
Yeah. Who are her people? And I just want her to feel supported and have people there for her.
Yeah. Because until she can choose for herself, that's your job.
Yeah. And the education thing of like, where is she going to go to school? Like, what does the building look like? Like, where does the sun shine?
Okay. Now you're rabbit holing. Like, this is not at all what we're supposed to be talking about. Where's the sun shining on my child's head at noon on Thursdays in the winter time? That's just the farmer in you, girl.
These are important. I need to know where that sunrise where it sets. And I have coupled that in my brain with my parents and where they're at in their life and whatever. They're starting their Goldie oldies, I would say. And so I'm like, how do these two things, do they collide? Do they matter in connection with one another? And so this started me thinking about, well, what's it going to be like?
Yeah.
Potentially. And that can be a very slippery slope because you don't know. You're not guaranteed the next day. So that anytime you do future thinking like that, you have to be aware of that. But yeah.
Did you lose your train of thought?
I did a little bit. But
where are you putting them fools?
Yeah, where am I going to put them? Am I going to put them in a care home?
Am I going to put them in a box?
And I'm going to put them in the attic? Am I going to put them in the refrigerator? Am I going to put them in
the... we should do the... You know what would be perfect is if we could have a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids moment. And just when our parents get older, we just shrink them.
Yes.
And they can live in like a little dollhouse. And we'll make it so nice.
Yes.
And for like holidays and birthdays, even a family dinner on a Friday, we'll pump you up to normal size.
Yeah.
I figured it out. I'm
did.
so smart.
Wait, there's a movie.
It's called Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
No.
Oh, shit.
Matt Damon. Speaking of psyop.
Jesus fucking Christ. Go back to what you were talking about.
Okay. So am I going to put a tent outside of my yard?
I'm going to aside you one more time. Can we just look at the difference in how fun Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was? Even though there's a lot of fear and anxiety in that movie, what a good time versus that fucking Matt Damon movie you're talking about.
I haven't even seen it. I don't even know if it's, I'm sure it's not fun.
No.
Don't look fun.
It's like
is it a horror
something
movie?
to deal with the fact that there's so many people. So you shrink them down and then they can like exist to be less of a footprint on the earth because they're little.
Okay. Options.
I think.
Options.
I don't know.
We got
Anyways,
options.
go. I'm sorry.
That's our retirement options.
So
Shrink ray.
Where are you going to put your parents?
I don't know.
Was the question. But that was the whole topic.
Yeah. And how in correlation with my daughter and like
what does that look like?
Yeah. And I've never seen where the end of life situation for a family, for a loved one, is not stressful. And I know like you can't, like stress is not necessarily a bad thing. It's not. But I don't know. I feel like there could be a little bit more planning.
Yeah.
In that whole thing. I think a lot of people wait until it's too late and then they're forced into a situation, and I don't want that for anyone.
Yeah. I do think that proper planning and having those conversations could definitely help, because I think ultimately, like, yes, the logistics are stressful, but really the most stressful thing is like watching your loved ones age, because it's like forces you, especially when you're talking about old age, because it forces you to look at your own existence as like forces futility on you, and you don't necessarily want it.
Yeah. And I'm about like, I think a part of my like growing older is going to be the celebration of death.
Yeah.
Like I feel it in I already feel it. Like I want to celebrate death. Like I want that to be something I can do, and I can do that. I don't know. I just want that to be something I don't want to see it as, like I feel like I have a lot of fear around it, and you know,
yeah,
I've done some things to help with that fear, but it
like read the Bible.
Like I read the Bible a couple times, just like 7 times. I really like that Revelations part. The Old Testament's a bit more exciting.
Oh shit.
The Old Testament is kind of like if Quentin Tarantino directed it. And the New Testament's very much like a Steven Spielberg situation.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say
Chris Columbus.
What's his Michael Bay.
Oh, damn, yeah. Shit, yeah.
A ship is going to crash somewhere.
Yeah, they bring him in for the final trilogy. The Bible, part 47. Yeah, and so I started thinking about like, well, damn, why do we live like this? Like, why?
That's what it looks like when she thinks.
Zoom in. Why do we live like this? And I realized, well, hey, a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't live like that. A lot of people live with
We're so cute in our little American bubble, thinking this is the way that everyone does it.
And so I started thinking about living with them and like maybe we need to do that. Maybe we need to go back to like extended living and whatever. And so I don't know, maybe question that or don't. I don't know. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And your extended family might not be your blood family.
Yeah.
Like that I'm grateful.
I was about to say, you better put a shed out there for me, girl.
I'm grateful that I don't have, my loved ones are not just blood linked to me.
Yeah.
And also like, I'm grateful that I have the ability to even consider living with my parents.
Yes.
Some people like it would not be good for their mental health. And I still wonder if it would be good for our mental health.
Well, not only, yes. You are very lucky to even be willing to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Very. I thought that earlier when you were saying it. Because that is not the case for everybody.
Yeah. So I want to just thank you.
Thanks, Lord.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I got into a conversation with my mom about religion in relation to the living together because Joey voiced a boundary,
which
has to do with religion and our daughter.
Okay.
And it sparked a whole conversation, which was good.
Yeah.
But so fucking funny. So funny. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
That's on the Patreon.
You can find that behind our paywall.
It's $5 a month.
No, really. This is how our Patreon works. Send us a DM and I'll give you our Venmo and then we'll call you and tell you about it.
We'll put you on we'll do a 3-way.
Oh my God, we should totally offer that service.
Yeah.
No one gives a fuck about us enough to have a Patreon, but if you want to hear some weird shit, Venmo me $15. Boy, I'll tell you something.
We need bitch. That's what that one app is.
What?
The one that starts with a C, not
Cameo?
Yeah. Let's look into that.
I thought that was a thing where it's like, I want Dolly Parton to tell you happy birthday, so I pay her $80 to tell you happy birthday.
Well, I think you can do custom, so people could be like, tell me about this, and we make the cameo and telling them about this, and they get it.
You know that this is so random. The Island Boys tried to save their career through Cameo.
And
they were doing cameos for people, and they got so many complaints that they took to social media and started like shitting on everybody that was like ordering their cameos. I think they're homeless now. Anyways.
Oh, damn, dude.
At least one of them.
Oh, shit. They're not together. I thought they would just like live together, sleep in the same bed.
Smooch.
Smooch each other's buttholes.
Oh, God, stop.
Good night.
It's just...
Are they really brothers?
Yes, ma'am. Twins, I believe. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Anywho, Reddit.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of incest.
God, fuck. Yeah. God.
I can't even, I did this like earlier in the week. So I'm 12,000 years away from whatever that is. So I'm kind of interested to know what it says, what I chose for us to talk about on the pod.
All right, there's 2 different ones that you sent me.
And if you ever want to get on Reddit, do you get on Reddit?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, well, if you ever find something interesting, screenshot it. And I only got it.
Okay, this is the one about the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It says, scared my kid will suffer because of my OnlyFans. You should be worried that your kid will suffer because of your inability to speak English.
Okay, I was about to say, this is not you're going off script. That's what you were saying.
I'm literally reading it.
They said that?
Scared my kid will suffer because of OnlyFans.
Oh, no, I'm talking about your statement that they're...
Oh, no, I'm saying that because you didn't use the English language properly.
Okay, I'm there now.
Okay. A couple of years ago, I had an OnlyFans where I posted underwear pics with face in. I didn't like doing it with face, so I went faceless with a new account with my husband, but full on nudes and sex videos, but have lots of tattoos.
Huh?
This person's English usage is horrifying, and I'm just saying that from the perspective of a former English teacher. Good Christ, to use a punctuation. Do you want me to repeat it?
Yeah.
So a couple of years ago, I had an OnlyFans where I posted underwear pics with face in.
Okay.
I didn't like it with face, so I went faceless with a new account. Okay. With my husband, but full on nudes and sex videos, but I have a lot of tattoos. So they went from doing face in,
up, underwear on, no husband,
to naked faceless with husband.
Okay.
I paid a service to remove most things, and it's hard to find anything, but I know once on the internet, it's forever.
Uh-huh.
We now have a young child, and I'm honestly worried that down the road, someone is going to find it, and it's going to come haunt me and my child. I honestly have such immense regret and beating myself up over it. Do you think it's likely? And then there's an edit. How do I get over constantly thinking about it?
Mm-hmm.
I have several things to say.
Okay, good. I felt that was a good one to talk about.
Number one, the edit of how do I get over constantly thinking about it. I would suggest maybe therapy or like doing the thing where it's like as soon as it comes up in your brain, physically do something else. Like do a contrary action or like unpack it. Like, why are you constantly thinking about it? And like, you did it. There's not like,
you can't take it back.
So it's just a teachable moment with your child. Like, hey, you don't just sit them down when they're 5 and be like, mommy put her vagina on the internet. Like, you can have that conversation when you're, Because I don't know. I mean, obviously, she's saying that she paid a service to scrub for that, which that's fine. I'm sure that you don't have enough money to actually scrub the internet in a way that somebody who's rich does. Otherwise, your English would be better. No offense, but
You'd have someone write.
you'd have a team.
Yeah, you would be asking your team about this.
I'm not trying to be a dick, but like, get over it.
Yeah.
You made that choice. That's like part of life.
Mm-hmm.
You make choices and then you deal with the repercussions of it.
Mm-hmm.
You made a choice to be like, not only record yourself doing things that you wouldn't want your child to see, but then you put them on the internet.
Yeah, those two
and
things.
then you ask for money for it.
Yeah. I just as a parent myself, like I think that we like to lead by example a lot as parents. And I think that because we get kind of twisted with that because we then want to be like
perfect.
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
Yeah. And it's like, it's not doing the child it's not doing any kind of help or for you to like pretend like you're perfect.
No, because you're not. No one is. And I think that's what I'm saying. Like, if anything, it's a teachable moment because you do like, and that will help your relationship with your child. And I'm speaking like, I don't have children, but I'm speaking as a child of parents who, specifically parent who I've had, a hard time like moving past mistakes or whatever because of the way that they affected me. So I think had I been allowed to humanize my parents when I was younger, like if a conversation had been had differently when I was younger, then I would have potentially been able to get over a lot of this stuff easier.
Yeah.
So I say what's done is done.
Yeah.
Like, you recognize the potential for it now. So when your kid is old enough for you to have those kind of conversations, like I see nothing but an opportunity to be closer to your child and for there to be a teachable moment with like, hey, just so you know, I don't want you to ever be in this situation with yourself. So, if you find yourself in this situation when you're older, just think about these repercussions.
Yeah. And there's a solid chance they will in some form or fashion. That's just how the internet is now.
But maybe like, don't go on the internet talking about it because then there's more evidence of the fact that you might be on the internet.
It's a burner account.
You're like, what are you doing? You're just
It's a burner account,
crumbs.
probably. That's all Reddit is. I don't think you're supposed to like, it's like anonymous.
I know, but
yeah.
If somebody's going to sleuth so hard to find some random OnlyFans video that's been scrubbed,
like what?
Then they're probably going to be able to sleuth enough to find this Reddit post.
Like, who's doing that?
Connect that
is that
to
one of your kids' friends? Like, who are you thinking is going to find this
Especially
shit?
just the way you speak. If you're on the internet talking like that type of way, then I could look at a few Facebook accounts and just from the speech alone see that it's you.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. People have people have a way of speaking. It's like, for example, if someone were to text you from my phone that wasn't me, you would know it wasn't me.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
But I'm just saying, how would you, I feel like that'd be like a needle in a haystack.
As is her video that she's worried about seeing.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. If you're going to go that deep, then just get off the internet totally.
Yeah. Yeah. The only person that would ever be doing that would be you. She's going to like,
has she done that?
Yeah.
Maybe you do it. See how hard it is to find.
She probably has and like has saved it on her phone.
You know what? Just scoop your kids' eyeballs out. There's the answer.
There's your answer. Replace them. Take them to SNL.
No, I don't know. I just think it's just a situation that they're just got to deal with.
Yeah.
Like, I think with things like that, the worst thing you could do is torture yourself with it.
Yeah.
Because then like you're also not being fully present with your kid. Like, how old is your fucking kid? Just put that aside and like raise your kid. And maybe like taking night class on English composition. Because that shit was bad.
Please and thank you. Sincerely, precious angels.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
we definitely helped that person.
100%. Well,
Oh, I do. You haven't watched Anora yet, have you?
mm-mm.
Girl, please. I want to talk about it on here.
Okay.
It's
I'll watch
so
it this
good.
week. I'll have the opportunity to do it, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I love it. I want to talk about it.
Okay.
I thought I would watch it immediately again. Like some movies, I'm like, oh, I have to watch that. Like very rarely do I do that. Like where
Yeah.
I want to see. And I thought I was going to go into with this one, but then I remembered how emotionally heavy it was, and so I'm like, I need to take a moment before I try to view it again.
Did you see that A24 is doing a live action Barney movie?
Oh shit! And who's connected to it?
AO Girl's writing it.
Okay. Cool.
I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got. That's it, and that's all.
That's all today.
If you haven't learned anything else from this episode, just know that we are really smart.
Yes, we are. So smart.
So smart.
So smart. So smart. So smart.